Join me today as I colour my first bubble with a platypus in it. Hi there, it's Therese and Lostinpaper, and I'm so excited to be here today just colouring for fun. And it's a long time since I've done a colour with you video, so I've had this idea in my head for a very long time, and I just wanted to walk you through the process with me as I create this big bubble with a platypus in it. Now, I started by stamping the platypus. It's in Morning Mist ink. It's a VersaFine Clear, so it's a pigment ink. And I just hand drew a big bubble around the platypus, which is what I'd envisioned in my head. And then I thought I really wanted to add a couple more bubbles. And I thought, no, I'm not going to. I didn't want to complicate it. I really wanted to just practice the one bubble, and I thought adding a platypus, that adds enough complication. So what I did, I wanted to choose some nice colours that could be used for a masculine card, and I didn't have the right tones. But now I do. Look at this. This is 3 layers of pencils. It's every Prismacolor pencil, and aren't they beautiful? They make me so happy. But I did have to get this box out to get the right shade of violet purple. I didn't have it, and it just wasn't, I mean, I could have just used what I had, which is what I've done my whole Prismacolouring pencil life. I've never had the full set of pencils and used every colour. I've always made do, and you can, because the best thing about Prismacolors is that you can mix them up. You can actually create your own colours with them, especially if you're going to be using a product like Gamsol. I know these pencils make me happy. But anyway, I knew I had the box, so I thought I would delve in there and find some more colours. Now, this is actually how slow I sharpen my pencils, and I really like this sharpener because I can actually change up the length of the pencil that I'm sharpening, so I'm not wasting it. Because Prismacolor pencils are quite soft, they do break easily, so I find if I don't have too long a point on them, I don't waste as much. And I don't like wasting pencils, especially these. They're so very expensive, especially here in Australia. Alright, so I did speed the colouring up because it took me ages, as pencil colouring does. But if you do want to slow this down, you can. There is the option to do that in a YouTube platform, and I think it's at the base, the bottom right hand side of the video, and you can actually speed up videos or slow them down. So if you do want to see something a little bit closer, then simply go to that section on YouTube and you can slow the video down. Alright, so I thought the blues and the purples would look lovely, and I could use it for a masculine design because I do need some masculine cards in my stash. And in the end I came in with the blue-green, like the aqua colour as well. I thought it needed it. And then I also did come in with the mulberry in the end. I just thought it needed, I didn't want to go real pink, but it was just lacking that bit of shine. So where I found my inspiration picture for my bubbles, there is thousands of soap bubbles or bubble illustrations. You can just search for it in Pinterest, and that's basically what I did. And that way I could just copy where the highlights were, because I didn't want to come in and add white gel pen afterwards. I wanted to leave my highlights within the picture. I'm also using my Gamsol with a blending stump, and that way I can blend my colours together and get those sort of dreamy edges that I was hoping for. Who would have thought colouring a bubble would be so hard, especially a big bubble like this one? I actually think it needed a bit more depth on the right upper portion above the platypus. I think that would have really helped give it that rounded effect. I don't think I quite achieved that look, so I'm going to have to go back and practice this again, maybe in some different colours. I was hoping for it to be not as bright as it turned out, and a little bit more transparent, but let me know what you think in the comments below. Do you think it does look like a bubble, or a big purpley bluey blob with some white patches in it? Anyway, I did colour the platypus with the pencils as well. I'm doing it in realistic colours for a platypus. It's one of my favourite creatures in Australia, and very rarely seen. I have seen platypus in the wild, not that they're that wild, but you do have to get up nice and early in the morning and go and sit by a really quiet, sort of almost stagnant stream of water. That's what they like. They're an inland creature. You don't find them in the sea. They're not a sea creature, but they are beautiful and very weird. I will list all the colours that I've used today for the pencils. They'll be at my blog, and you'll be able to find the link for that in the description below. I have lots more videos, lots more colouring videos, both Prismacolor pencils. Been doing a lot of watercolouring lately, and the other thing that my go-to is alcohol markers. They probably, if I don't have a lot of time, I find they're a lot quicker, but if I really want to relax, enjoy myself and have fun, then I will get my Prismacolor pencils out. And to try and add just a little bit of depth here, I did come in with the grey around the edge. I also toyed with the idea of having like a blobby, not like a round bubble, more like a blobby shapy one, and I think that'd be fun too. But then I was thinking that's really going to complicate where I put my highlights, and I just wasn't going to go there today. I've got this piece of cardstock that I've die cut an A2 rectangle window out of, and I can just hold that in place over my picture, because this is actually an 80-pound Nina cardstock I was working on, and that way I can center it before I cut it out with my trimmer, and then I can attach it to the front of my top fold card. I just used my ATG gun to do that. And for the sentiment today, it comes out of the same set from the Uniquely Creative stamp set. It's actually, the set's called You're Weird, and this sentiment is, I think, why they called it that. It's a fab sentiment. So I did heat emboss that on some jet black cardstock, and then I came in and die cut it with the featured sentiment die set, which I'm just using all the time at the moment. I really like how it has all different widths and lengths for sentiments, but it also has these little rounded corners, which is really unique, because if I was cutting it out in the trimmer, I wouldn't be able to get that. So it just makes it fun. And just pop that up on the front of my card. And I did come in as well and add some bubbles for the platypus. They're actually some clear droplets from Ellen Hudson. I hope you've enjoyed today's video today and got inspired to maybe try colouring a bubble or two or three. Good luck, and share it with me if you do. I'd love to see what you're creating. Alright, so I better go now. Thanks for joining me today. If you liked today's video, please click on the thumbs up button, and if you haven't already, it'd be great if you could subscribe to the channel. I'll be back again real soon. Till then, happy paper crafting. Bye.